Where's the dancing? I'm always do the hop. You look like you remember the old Six Flags commercials with the old guy dancing.
Yeah.
You look like that guy if he was in a funhouse mirror that makes him bigger.
Hey, watch it.
I'm just saying.
Watch
Wait,
it.
I'm having a hard time hearing you for some reason.
It's weird because my mic is completely up.
All right, try it now. Let's see. Talk to me now.
Dang it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I had
Okay,
a
anyway,
burp
hey
in
everybody,
there.
we'll figure this out as we go. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 42 of the Gene Pool Variety Hour. I am one of your co-hosts, Sean. I am the old guy of the duo who happens to be Dad, and that guy over on the other screen is.
And I am Connor. Ha! The gummy ninja. Wah.
What? The Gummy Ninja? What's the
Yeah.
Gummy Ninja?
Nikki bought a bunch of these like gummy stretchy fidget toys, and so
Yeah.
I like to fling them around like they're nunchucks and crap.
Okay. Anyway, so I was a little bit loud there. So I'm just trying to keep us in, figure out our sounds, because for some reason you're sounding a little bit quieter for me tonight. So I don't know what that's all
How
about.
about this?
No, I don't want you doing that. That's fine. I just it'll be all right. So I'll figure something out later. But for some reason it just seems a little quieter tonight. So I want to turn that back down. So what do we need to talk about? What's going on? You've had snow. I have not.
A lot of snow.
So what's up with all that?
Oh, excuse me. Burp.
We're gonna have a burping show tonight. Is that what this all's about?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, come on, man. Moving on. Let's talk
Anyway,
about snow,
yeah.
not burps.
The snow has been. It's been real, you know. It's been.
I would hope they weren't like having a fake snow blizzard up there.
No, what I mean is it's basically been snowing off and on all week to the point where it's piled up to my to the middle of my leg. Like, you know,
Okay.
like about halfway between my knee and my foot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then also every morning, so somehow the water unfreezes during the day, and then early in the morning when I walk out there at like 4 or 5 a.m. It's basically like a freaking ice skating rink.
Oh, okay.
So I mean literally one time I was doing the classic Looney Tunes, hands shaking and everything. Just gotta slip and slide into my car.
Okay. Now you got to skip work, right?
One day I was able to, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't have a lot to say. I'm sitting here. I'm doing a lot of the production work at the same time as you're talking. So my mind, and you know that I am not able to multitask very well. So when I start working on something else, it's like I have one tunnel of information processing ability at a time. And so if I try to do two things at once, then my attention goes from here instead of like this. It goes there, and then there. In there, and so I missed stuff. So, yeah, so we'll just hopefully this will sound okay and everybody can hear us okay. It looks like it's doing okay, and we'll just kind of go from there. But has there been anything interesting or fun going on up there?
Interesting, yes. Fun, no. We lost power yesterday because because of all the ice and everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
right.
And let's see. On Tuesday when I was able to drive back to work.
Yeah.
I skid across a red light.
Yeah. We probably should learn how to drive a little bit, or just make sure you're thinking about driving slower. So because if you're driving on wet snow, ice, that kind of, especially ice, you're not gonna be able to stop. It's gonna take you a
I
lot
know,
longer to stop. So
I know, and I learned that.
Georgia boy needs to be a little bit more careful in Ohio snow. So
And you think?
I do think actually, yes. So, um, been doing anything fun, anything interesting? Been watching anything cool, anything new?
Um, I've I've been rewatching MASH, of course. MASH is always awesome.
Always.
And I've been watching some new animes. I've been really I just started this one today called Assassination Classroom.
Okay, cool. Oop.
And and it's a very interesting anime.
Yeah.
Basically there's okay. Hey, okay, it's more of a visual thing. I got to show you a picture of like of like the main person who the anime is centered around.
Okay. Yeah, that works great on the podcast, right? Go.
I'm still going to describe it, but it's more for you.
Okay.
All right. This is essentially the main character of the anime. His Koro Sensei. Hey,
He's a faceless
in
octopus.
Unkillable.
Hey,
He's a
Jacob. Thanks for popping in.
bioengineered being who can fly at Mach 20.
A
And
bioengineered. Yeah, but he looks like an octopus with like a scholar's hat on or something and no
yeah,
face. So
no,
how can he fly that
he
fast if he can't see where he's going?
he has a face. It's just his eyes are very tiny.
Well,
I mean, look, see, he does have a face. See the eyes?
yeah, I don't see any eyes though. Okay,
They're
whatever.
literally tiny black dots.
Okay, still. And he looks like he's got a bunch of nubs for some of his legs. So,
Those are his tentacles.
well, the tentacles are pretty nubby. So he might need to have some work done.
But yeah, basically the anime is about Koro Sensei being a bioengineered being who is powerful enough to literally obliterate the moon, which he did. Blew up the moon, and he said he's going to do the same thing to the Earth in a year. If this class he's just started teaching, class 3E, which is basically this bunch of outcasts.
Yeah.
If that class can kill him by March of the next year, he
Those are going to be my abilities
destroy
when
the
my
Earth.
vaccine abilities kick in, Jacob. I'm going to be able to. I'm going to be bioengineered and I'm going to be able to fly at Mach 20. Steven!
What's up, Steven?
So yeah, so so I didn't get a chance to really
and-
tell you guys. I'm sorry, I'm chasing the chicken here. I didn't get a chance to tell you guys that second vaccination was done, no side effects for me, although I had a bunch of folks that did. So my thinking is either it's all a government conspiracy and I just got the placebo, or I got the real vaccination and all the people that got sick are the ones that are going to get the mutations or the zombie outbreak. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. It's going to go one way or the other. So anyway, we had the Pfizer one, so it's probably mutations. Okay, so go back to your story. Sorry, I had to chase that chicken because I saw these guys in here, and of course they do staring at goats every Wednesday. So
basically whoever kills this guy gets $10 billion.
cool.
And so the entire anime is centered around this being this basically octopus being teaching this class not only regular academics but also how to kill him.
So he's a bioengineered faceless octopus that can fly at Mach 20 that's destroyed the moon and is going to destroy the Earth in a year if somebody doesn't kill him. If somebody kills him, they get $10 billion, and he's teaching the class on how to kill him? Is that what you said?
Essentially, yes. But
sounds like typical anime to me. Yeah. A lot of sense.
Yeah.
A lot of sense. Okay. So all right.
And yes, I love Jurassic Park. Thank you, Steven.
Anyway, and so that's what you've been watching lately, right? That and
Mash and
MASH.
anime.
Okay,
Yes,
so
and a bit of Family Guy.
by the way, I had to do my unladen swallow shirt today.
Oh my gosh.
So is that a laden
Now wait,
unladen swallow?
now wait. Are the African or European swallows?
Oh, I don't know that.
And fly off the
There you go.
camera.
There you go. So anyway, so some things that I've been doing. I mean, talk about work all the time. Whatever. I did, like I was just saying oh no! Before I talk about me, There's a plot problem with your anime. Scientifically, if I think right. Okay. So, and I'll let Jacob and Steven chime on this because they're smarter than I am about this kind of stuff.
Okay.
But my understanding is if he destroyed the moon, it's going to jack the Earth up because the moon controls all of our tides, and all of those things. And if the moon's gone, the Earth's tidal system and all that's going to go haywire. You're probably going to have tidal waves. All the kinds of crap's going to go on. I don't know exactly scientifically what's going to happen.
All of the moon. He destroyed about 70% of it, making it a permanent crescent moon.
Okay, well,
It's still there.
But it's not going to have, because it's smaller, its gravitational pull is not as big, and therefore it's going to mess up the tidal system, which is going to mess up shipping channels and fishing channels.
It's about a goddamn I'm flying bioengineer talking cephalopod.
Scientifically, it made my eye
Mach
twitch.
20 and has a penchant for junk foods.
It made my eye twitch.
There is no science
all right?
in this anime.
So anyway, all right. So
anime never has real science.
Well, that's true. I mean, anime has giant naked babies running around and sperm snakes, as we've covered in other movies.
No, whoa,
giant sperm snakes.
Where'd you get giant naked babies from?
Well, that's the Attack on Titan thing. I just call them giant naked babies. I don't know what they are.
Oh my gosh!
I just call them that because that's what they look. They look like giant naked babies.
Dave. What? My dad knows about Attack on Titan. I'm so proud.
I don't know what they are. I just know that they look like giant naked babies. Anyway, so as far as my end of things, I mean, work is work. I did get my second vaccine shot this week. I think I
can see your ears pointing up.
I was a little worried. Seriously, I was a little really.
Yes, they did blow up the moon. Actually,
did they blow it up completely?
Vanya literally blew up the moon, and its debris flew across the Earth. Basically,
I couldn't remember the moon part. I mean, I knew that what's his name, the monkey dude, lived on the moon. But I was really worried about my getting my second shot because I had friends that got the shot the week before, and they had 102 fever. They were complete. It's like they had COVID symptoms and were wiped out for 2 days straight. And almost everybody that I had talked to that had gotten the second shot the week before, had that reaction. And then my commander and chief at work and chaplain,
I'm gonna get drunk,
had gotten their shots the day before I did, and they were sick the next day, the day that I was getting my shot. So I was fully expecting to be really sick. I never felt anything. The next day, I still felt a little, pain from at the shot location. It didn't radiate out. It wasn't red. I didn't get lightheaded. I didn't get dizzy. I didn't get sick. Nothing. So I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, Jacob, I've heard that too, but it's because all of us, because we all got it from on base, through the military, we were all got the Pfizer, so we all got the exact same vaccination. And out of the 5 people that I know that have gotten it already, 3 got really sick, and 2 did not. Got no symptoms whatsoever. Myself and my commander had no symptoms at all after that second shot. So I was just a little worried, but I'm glad that turned out okay. And I do like. I feel like I'm kind of on an episode of Staring at Goats right now. I do like the fact that the CDC, when you sign up and you have to do your vaccination, the CDC sends you a link every day to check on you, to check your symptoms so they can track it. So I thought that was pretty cool. What are you doing?
Okay,
Are you
okay.
playing with a gummy worm? Are you playing air guitar with a gummy worm?
Steven saw it.
What?
Okay, basically, I'm holding one end of the gummy worm with my feet below the table. Um, holding this up here, plucking it, and
You snap yourself in the face. I will not be sorry for you.
I snapped myself in the freaking face. It just went whop right in the face.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There you go. Team. Oh yeah. I've had requests. I've had requests to add on our T Public account. We've just where we got our podcast t-shirts that I have to make a hashtag Team Connor shirt. So I've got to get that designed and get that up there because Connor is the talent on the show. I'm just the producer. So anyway, so that's the real life stuff. Been watching WandaVision. Have you been watching WandaVision on Disney Plus?
No, not yet.
Ugh.
But I do know they just brought back Days of Future Past Quicksilver.
Yes.
They did.
Okay. Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't watched this week's episode of WandaVision. I'm just gonna go ahead straight up. Spoiler alert's coming. Okay.
Oh crap! I'm sorry, Steven. Sorry,
okay.
Steven.
Then no spoilers. Then I won't say anything.
He just heard me say my thing.
Well, that's
sorry,
on you, not
Steven.
me. I didn't. Okay.
Oh.
So all right. So
okay,
we won't.
Good. I'm glad I didn't ruin it. All
right. Anyway, so I won't talk about the show. This week's episode, there's a bit of a twist. Oh my gosh! Really, dude? Come on.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
So anyway, okay.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, we're not going to talk spoilers. Just that I've been watching.
Well, why'd you do that?
Because they said maybe wave the chicken wildly above your head, and you can't see it if it's above my head. So I just ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille. So I've been watching WandaVision. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I did watch today's episode earlier. I'm not saying anything about the show. I'm just saying that's what I've been doing lately. It's a really good show. No spoilers, I promise. So anyway, if you haven't, no, I'm not giving any spoilers, guys. I'm not saying anything that's been happening. I don't know. You may have not seen any episodes at all. That's cool. I'm not saying anything about the show itself.
Let's just move on from WandaVision.
Just that it's good.
To the next thing.
It starts out really slow, but it ramps up really quick. So it's good. I need to just make a sound clip of that or something. I mean, come on, man. What the heck? So,
no.
And what else? I mean, new season of Destiny started this week, so I'm going to start digging into that and kind of ranking up in there. I haven't
been playing Destiny lately, though.
Huh? You haven't been?
Haven't been doing Destiny lately.
But I did start.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla taking up all my time.
Right. I did start Thursday night, and it's going to be my ongoing game stream for now. I'm going to do a playthrough of Eastshade, which it's like super chill game. Best way I can describe it: Skyrim. Everybody's nice. No enemies are fighting. You just look at stuff and paint things. You paint paintings. That's all you do. But it's super.
What game
nice.
are you describing again?
Eastshade. It's on Game Pass.
Oh, Eastshade.
It's and you don't have to rely on my artistic ability because all I do is frame the thing that I want to paint and hit the A button and it paints it. It's awesome. Yes, so Bob Ross Skyrim edition. There you go. That's it right there.
I can't stop burping.
Yes, it is pretty cool. So, and, you're not having to worry about evil people. Everybody's nice. I mean, the worst thing that I've run across so far is one character wants me to pull a prank on his brother in the bigger city by taking him some raspberry tarts, but taking the raspberries out and putting grapes in them because the guy hates grapes. That's the worst thing that's happened. That's the most evil thing that's happened so far, and I haven't even done it yet. But
That sounds so lame, though. There's
it's
no
just
conflict. There's no. No.
it's like a video game mindfulness task. That's all it is, man. If you need to chill at the end of the day, this is a great game to play. So I highly recommend it for that aspect of it. You're not old enough like I am, okay? You're not old and want to just kind of chill.
I'm almost 25.
I'm still more than twice your age. You're not
That's
at the
true.
age where you want to just kind of sit and chill. You want to, no. That's why I don't like playing PvP as much because I don't
I'm
like
gonna
all that
smack
stuff.
myself in the face with the gummy worm is what I want to do.
Okay. So is that gonna be the show title, like gummy worm smackers or something? I don't know. Anyway. So, all right. What do we need to do? We need to jump in and do something. So we want to do our geek question, or you got anything else you want to talk about?
Geek question.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Look.
we're gonna try to do a better job of.
I think I'm drunk.
We're gonna do a better try to do a better job of hanging to like a half hour of power as opposed to poor Steven and Ashley. They always try it, it never happens. So dude, you missed some great times on Thursday nights. You need to come hang out with us on Thursday nights during their stream. It is
What time is it again?
9:00, I think. So
I'm already in bed by then.
oh, that's true because you got to get up so stinking early for work. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So you ready for the geek question? You want to do that?
Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm
Don't.
going to ask you a bunch of
I'm gonna ask you
questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Okay, look. All right, look. For the third week in a row, I'm going to remind you. One, you're on a little bit of a time delay, and two, you don't know the line very well. So all I get is after the fact, like there's like this almost like an echo delay of half the words. So
Hey, Smashy.
so let me play that again so they can actually hear it without.
Sorry. I think I'm tipsy.
Well, you got to
I
pace
want to
yourself.
ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Thank you. So, what's the geek question? What's the geek question this time?
What fictional villain do you love to hate, or love and hate?
All right.
You know.
See you, Steven. All right. So, what movie villains are your favorite, or the ones you love to hate the most? Right.
Uh-huh.
All right. I got
Let's
a bunch, but I mean, it depends on how long this takes. So we can do as many or as little as you want. So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Well, let's see. I want to go first, actually.
You always want to go first, which is cool. Go.
Top of my list. Top of my list of the people that the villain that I love to hate and hate to love at the same time. It's Scar from Lion King.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way Jeremy Irons plays him. You know, it's such a good. I mean, I love how he plays him.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
nice,
I mean,
suave voice.
Well, and that's the thing. It's got that. Jeremy Irons has one of those voices. It's kind of like Alan Rickman. It's got this classic British accent, but is able to sound extremely polite and evil at the same time. They're both very good at that. So I agree with you. So one of those two would have had to be Scar. I can't imagine anybody else voicing Scar and being able to do that, you know? So
who voiced Scar in the new thing? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched it, so I have no idea. I generally
I don't know why, but I'm thinking Idris Elba. Nope, no wait,
No, that was
he was Shere Khan in the new Jungle Book.
Yeah. Right. So, I generally don't like the live action versions of the old classic animated movies because we love to have such fond memories of those from when watching when you guys were kids. Now, I did watch the live action Mulan because it looked like a little bit of a different story, basic story framework, but of course there was no Mushu and this kind of stuff. It was more of a serious movie.
And that's where they lost me.
Dude, it was a really good movie. If you didn't sit there and go, okay, I need a live action exact copy of the animated Mulan and just enjoyed it for what it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So, all right. So, Jacob likes Mr. Freeze. Again, it's Arnold, and so that's cool. So your first one though is Scar from Lion King,
Yep.
right? All right.
My second one is
Oh, we're gonna go back and
is
forth.
huh?
So you're gonna do all of yours at the one time, or we're just gonna go back and forth?
Let's go back and forth. You're right.
That's a good idea. All right. So I don't know. I had a hard time with that question and coming up with villains that I love to hate. I just have a bunch that were the villains of the movie that I just loved them. I mean, not that I thought they were the good guys. I mean, I knew they were the bad guys. I just love how they portrayed their character. So I'll probably start with one that's like really a villain, but he just plays it so well. And that's Christoph Waltz as Colonel Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards. Oh, dude. Have you seen Inglourious Bastards? Have you ever seen that movie?
I've always started it, but I can never finish it.
You need to watch it.
I love Train to Busan.
Yeah, we reviewed it in one of our episodes.
Yeah.
Love that movie. But, okay. I mean, Thanos, Thanos is a good... he didn't do much for me.
He was good at what he did.
Yeah, he was good at what he did, but he just never...
He planned it out really well.
Yeah.
He was just very good at what he did,
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know, that the Thanos character just didn't grab me for some reason. But Christoph Waltz as Landa in Inglourious Bastards, I mean, he's laughing and funny and making jokes, and in the joke are his threats to kill people. I mean, he's so good at doing that. He played a similar kind of character in the Django Unchained. He was like a bounty hunter, I think, but he just has...
I totally agree with that. Had him the rich guy dad had him that kept on being like we got to quarantine them, we got to take care of us, all that dude.
Yeah, the rich guy in Train to Busan. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't love to hate him. I just hated him.
Same here.
So he was not a villain that I loved to hate. I just hated him. I didn't like him at all.
He
hated
really
him.
a villain, and he was just a giant...
he was just a jerk.
Yeah.
Family show.
He was a big Richard.
Yeah, he needed to partake of a satchel of Richards. So anyway, I saw a shirt one time, and I would get it if Mom would let me wear it out in public, but it's like I think I told you about it. It's like got like a knight in shining armor on a horse, and it says, and it's like in classic, old English. It's like mayest thou partake of a satchel of Richards. And okay, dude, you're gonna put your eye out, okay? You're like the kid from A Christmas Story. You're gonna put your eye out, man. Yes, it's the unladen swallows.
Oh, the African or European swallows?
Oh, I don't know that. Are we gonna do that again?
Yes.
So yes. It's not a.
All right.
It's not a question of where he grips it. It's a mere question of airspeed velocity and weight ratios. So anyway, all right. So that was mine. Was Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Bastards. And man, he got it coming to him at the end. The way Brad Pitt's character got him back at the end, so perfect. I'm not going to ruin it for you because you need to go watch the movie. You need to go see it. So anyway,
did he scalp him like the others?
No, he did not. No, he did not. He did something else.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Hannibal Lecter's a good one too. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, that's I didn't even think about that one. That is a really
my
good
next
one.
My next one is do you remember Treasure Planet?
Oh yeah.
I love Silver,
Mm-hmm.
It's just he was the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he wasn't a bad guy, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
He wanted the treasure, but at the same time he cared about Jim, you know,
He really
helped him
did
out,
really,
taught him.
really did love Jim. Yeah, it's kind of like the Dread Pirate Roberts. I'll likely kill you tomorrow. But that was a vastly underrated animated movie. I really like that one. That
Treasure
was one.
Planet. I love Treasure
Yeah.
Planet.
There you
Me.
go.
What is it?
Demolition Man.
What's
Wesley
Demolition
Snipes'
Man?
character from Demolition Man.
Who's Wesley Snipes?
Do you see what I have to deal with, people? Do you see what I have to deal with?
I am not good with actors' names.
This
You know
cultural
this.
gap that I have to deal with my son.
I
Not
am
only-
not good with actors' names.
Not only does he not know Wesley Snipes, he doesn't know Demolition Man. I mean, come on.
Hey, Dad.
Okay,
Let me ask you something.
we need to start
Let
doing
me
a
ask you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Did when you and I were still living together, did you ever watch Demolition Man? Did you ever own a Demolition Man?
Oh, I've watched it at some point while you were living in my house. Yes.
Because I watched what you owned, you know.
Oh no,
So-
I didn't. I don't own a copy of it. I just watched it
Exactly.
whenever it was
So
on
it's
like
just
Netflix
so
or
why
whatever
is
was
it
on.
so weird that I haven't seen Demolition Man or up until today watched Cool Hand Luke. Luke, you didn't have Cool Hand Luke, you know. And I watched what you owned.
Actually, I do have Cool Hand Luke on my Plex server. Yep, I certainly do. So-
which I don't have access to.
I've given you the login for it. So anyway,
No, you haven't.
so Smashy clearly says that we need to fix this error, and you need to watch Demolition Man. And
Okay,
you actually do.
Okay,
It's it's the whole
have I seen
conversation about
anything
the
else Wesley Snipes has
seashells
possibly been?
and what's that?
Have I possibly seen anything else Wesley Snipes was in?
I don't remember. I don't know. Remember other things that he may have been that you've seen, but yeah. So and you get to learn about the sea. I like the 3 seashells and the fact that nobody uses any pronoun. It was a very like fortune telling kind of movie, because in the movie they didn't use any pronouns because of fear of offending people or something like that, and so they just they didn't say he or she or they, or they just said they called everybody by their name. Enhance your calm, John Spartan. Right. So it was just kind of funny that happened. And of course, the best restaurant in town was Taco Bell. Was it Taco Bell or Del Taco? I think it was Taco Bell.
Del Taco.
No, I think it was Taco Bell in the movie. Anyway, so that's a good one. Wesley Snipes, that's a good one. So you got, what's your next one? Or did you tell me your next one?
I told you my next one when Silver from
That's right,
Treasure
that's right.
Planet.
Okay.
Oh God, I love that movie.
A bunch of mine are kind of funny ones. So I'll say I'll do the other one. The other one is a movie that I talked about last week. Kevin Spacey as Verbal Kent, or as Kaiser Soze. And yes, I've already ruined it for you last week, so you just have to watch it and know what the spoiler is.
I don't remember it, Dad. I don't remember anything about it.
You don't remember anything from week to week.
No,
I know.
I don't remember anything
So
from
Kaiser
last week.
Soze, one of my favorite characters in any movie, and he was by far the bad guy. I mean, he was the bad guy that killed the bad guys. Okay, it was kind of like the John Wick Baba Yaga thing, right? So I love that character. Love how, and I know Kevin Spacey's persona non grata today with the culture. I know all that, but as an actor, in some of the roles that he's done, that one and Seven, I don't know anybody could have done it as well as he did. And the fact that he was so smart. Okay, he played a character that seemed like a simpleton. Everybody treated him like a simpleton. But it was because he was brilliant and he played this character to a T, and that allowed him to kind of be anywhere and do anything he wanted to, and nobody really paid attention to him. So, absolutely, man. Kaiser Soze. Kevin Spacey's Kaiser Soze. So, all right, so that's one of mine. So that's another one of mine. So what's your next one?
Next one for me, Now that I think about it, I think one for me is definitely Rourke from Atlantis.
Rourke. Remind me.
The
The older guy. The older guy. Yeah. Okay.
The guy who turned into the giant crystal monster. thing.
Yeah. God, who did his voice? Oh, who did his voice? Rockford Files guy, right? I think. I'm drawing a blank. Maybe somebody can help me there.
But still,
Yeah.
I liked his character. You know,
I didn't.
Well,
He was just a bad guy, and there was nothing I liked about him.
what I liked is that when I first saw the movie, I didn't see the twist coming of him being a bad guy. I honestly didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And
I saw it coming the whole
and
time. I knew he was going to be the bad guy.
That's because at the time you were smarter and older than me.
I was an adult and you were a child. Right.
Yes.
I get it.
I'm still a child at heart.
All right. So my next one is let's see which one I want to pick. I'll probably say Jason Lee as Syndrome in The Incredibles.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And Jason Lee was a perfect voice to do that character. And I like the fact that, hey, this was a kid that idolized Mr. Incredible, and Mr. Incredible just kind of blew him off, and it created that, there's his origin story. But, he was just cool. Even though he was evil, he was the bad guy. He was just cool, and and had a sense of humor. It's like, oh, you sly dog, you got me monologuing, I mean, he knew all the tropes that bad guys monologue, so he even knew that. So I don't know, I thought he did a really good job with that character, So that's another one of my favorites. So
that is a good one.
Yeah, I think my last two are my favorites probably, as far as funny ones go.
Let's see. What's a good one? Oh, geez.
You got any more? If you don't have any more, I'll just tell you mine and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I don't have any more.
Okay. All right. Well, I got two more that I'll run through really quickly.
I had one, but I forgot it.
Okay. My other one is White Goodman. Ben Stiller as White Goodman from Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah, that dude.
So, yeah. I mean, when you have a villain,
didn't he also play a kind of similar character in some sort of fat camp movie?
No, I mean he was in a fat camp when he was. That's that character. He was a fat kid, and he was a fat kid, and then he got in good shape, and he started this gym. He's a pompous, narcissistic jerk. There you go. Heavyweights.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before, so that's probably.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. I knew he was in. I knew he was in something like that. I just couldn't remember it.
I mean, come on.
Thank you.
How many villains of movies do you know will take a slice of pizza and shove it down their jock and be slightly aroused by that? I mean, it's just weird. So,
oh my gosh, yeah.
I'll have to check out Heavyweights. I don't even know that I've ever even heard of that one. So that damages my credit. But my last one, and this is because this is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite comedies of all time, is Kevin Kline as Otto in A Fish Called Wanda. That's
Who?
Kevin Kline as Otto in A Fish Called Wanda.
Who doesn't, Mitch? I mean, it's literally the perfect food.
Okay, right. I can understand that, but I'm not going to get legitimately, realistically, physically aroused by shoving it in my pants. Sorry.
He never did, though.
Yes, he did.
He never did, though. He held it. He held it in one hand and stuck his hand down the other thing.
Okay. I thought he. Okay. Yeah,
No,
you could be right.
Because
you have a better memory than I do.
Because that would have been super messy and would have been.
Well, I know that. Have you? So have you seen? Have you ever seen A Fish Called Wanda? I do have
Never.
that one. Okay,
No.
you need to watch. That's another classic you need to watch. It's John Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Kline, and oh god, what's the other guy's name from Monty Python? I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Monty Python?
Huh? Yeah,
Monty Python?
Well, John Cleese and the other guy were both members of Monty Python, and then you had Kevin Kline and Jamie Lee Curtis. Eric Idle. There you go. No, Was it Eric Idle? Maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, it was one of them. But Kevin Kline is the bad guy, really. And he's kind of in on. They're all bad guys. They're all thieves, but he's the bad guy of the bad guys. And so he thinks he's an intellectual. He thinks he's super smart, but he's really dumb. He's always quoting philosophers, and he doesn't really even understand what he's quoting. And he likes to sniff people's shoes before he hops in bed with them, specifically Jamie Lee Curtis. He sniffs her boot. And it's Kevin Kline. He just plays that character so well. You need to see it. I don't know what else to say about it. You just really need to see it. So I have several on my list that you need to see that you haven't seen before. And
Dad,
I will.
Dad,
Yes.
make a list, gather up all the DVDs you have, and just mail them up here, and then I'll watch them.
Or I'll just give you the login to my Plex server and you can watch them there because I think they're there. I know Fish Called Wanda is. I know Inglourious Basterds is. I know Dodgeball is.
I prefer watching DVDs though, because then I can put.
I don't have all of these on DVD. Some of these I just recorded with my Play On app. So,
all right.
Anyway, so that's all I got for that. I don't have any other ones. I think I had more than you this time, which is kind of unusual. Usually you have a lot more than I do.
To be fair, my brain is kind of going at about.
So we need to hit the movie
capacity
before you crash then. So how about we do our movie
I kind of drank this too fast.
Yeah, you did. You kind of chugged that stein worth of whatever that was.
Hard lemonade.
So are you ready you want to do the movie then?
A list called what's the reference? I don't get it.
A Fish Called Wanda? A List Called Connor? Come on, man. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
No, you're not.
I'm tipsy.
You're working there. See? Anyway, need to work on that. Are you ready to watch? Are you ready to talk about our movie? Because this is a great movie.
Ready to watch it? I just finished
Talk
it.
about it. Yeah, I know. You literally finished watching it 5 minutes before we went on air. Time management much? So anyway, all right. Look, let's jump into our next roll for credits. Okay, so
roll for credits.
Jeez Louise. This must be what Steven deals with Ashley with her ADHD. You should have seen it last night, man. She was in rare form last night. It was pretty funny. So anyway, so we're, as you can see on our screen, because I kind of changed my screen around a little bit, we're reviewing the 1967 classic movie Cool Hand Luke. At least we're going to try to. If he can stop giggling. Yeah, I know, man. Jacob, it was pretty wild last night. I was even laughing at it. I know. And I loved how Ashley, when she goes on one of her tirades, swear jars just going. And then when she was getting upset at us because we were making fun of her, all she could say was shush, shush, like a mother, shush to her children. I thought that was funny. I don't know that we're going to get through this, guys. I think I need to just sit. This is what happens when Connor gets like this. Just when he gets giggly, you can't accomplish anything. So, have fun with it. But anyway, so how about I talk about? Okay, there you go. Let me talk about the movie a little bit. All right, so look, it's a classic movie. I'm sure. But this is a movie starring Paul Newman. Who else is in it? George Kennedy. It really has a great cast. I mean, Paul Newman, George Kennedy, Strother Martin was the warden. A young Dennis
Trapper
Hopper.
John McIntyre is there.
I'm getting there. A young Dennis Hopper, a young Wayne Rogers, who is Trapper John from MASH, Harry Dean Stanton, Ralph Waite, who was the Walton dad, I think, from the Waltons, Joe Don Baker. So it really had a good cast, but some of them didn't. I mean, like, it took us a while to figure out that it was Dennis because he looked so young. So it was a great cast. The plot of the movie, and I'm assuming most of the people that are in here have seen this movie, except for Connor until today. The premise of the movie
I'm
is
25 years old. It was made in 1967. I'm sorry that I didn't see it.
No. I'm just saying that they know the premise of the movie because I'm sure they've seen it. But still, it's a movie where it's like a chain gang prison where it's a small southern chain gang prison, and those prisoners that are there work the roads, cleaning out all the weeds and chopping things down and repaving roads. That's kind of what they do. And Paul Newman's character is this guy named Luke, and the movie starts with him in some town, got a beer in his hand. He's clearly drunk, and he's cutting the tops of parking meters off, and gets arrested for that, for drunken disorderly and destruction of municipal property. And he gets like 2 years in prison. So the whole movie is them in prison, and Luke keeps escaping, and he kind of becomes the guy in the prison that everybody looks up to because he keeps escaping, but he keeps getting caught and comes back. And there's funny scenes in it. There's some really there's some sad parts. There's some really frustrating parts because even though Paul is a funny guy, and they call him Cool Hand Luke because he's just kind of laid back and he just really doesn't kind of care what happens. He's got some internal demons that he's dealing with. He's a war veteran. They kind of allude to that at the beginning of the movie. He's got a couple of Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Purple Hearts. So he's seen a lot of stuff in the war.
He's been around.
He's seen a lot of stuff. And most of the guys in the jail are just not educated, not seen a lot. They're kind of like your country, small country South criminals that are having to work the streets. So,
yeah.
Well, not really work the streets. That would be a prostitute. Sorry, wrong. Working on the roads.
Work the roads.
So
working on the road.
So it's the movie is kind of about his relationship with the warden and the guards, and his relationship with the other prisoners, and kind of what they start to see him as.
I loved Dragline.
And how they treat. What's that?
I loved Dragline.
Yeah, Dragline was. George Kennedy won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for this movie. Paul Newman was nominated for Best Actor, but George Kennedy won for Best Supporting Actor for this movie. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, he did a good job. I didn't really like his accent that he used. I thought he tried to lay it on a little bit too thick, but apparently the Academy liked it.
I couldn't figure out what his accent was supposed to be. Was it Southern or Cajun? It sounded Cajun most of the time, but
it kind of had that flavor to it. Yeah, it kind of had that flavor to it, right? So, but it was
Cool
Southern.
Hand Luke had that Cool Hand Luke smile.
Yeah, he had a little bit of that Cajun kind of lilt to it. That's true. So that's the plot of the movie, and Luke keeps escaping, finding different ways to escape, and they keep getting him, and every time they get him, his punishment gets worse and worse and worse.
First, it's one chain around the legs, and it's two chains around the legs.
And then he's going to the box, and then they really just kind of beat him down and break him at the end, before his last escape. He's kind of broken. And to me, the thing that was so sad about that was that these guys thought he was the coolest thing, and when he was finally broken because of what he had did and what they made him do, the guards made him dig a ditch, refill it, dig it again, and start to fill it again, and they would
just
beat him.
Do that for 2 whole days.
Yeah, for 2 whole days, and it just broke him. And once he was broken, as it would have broken anybody, the other inmates just kind of turned on him. He could barely walk. He was falling down when he went back into the barracks, and they all went away from him and left him. It's like, okay, when he needed them the most, they disappeared. So,
where are you now?
Yeah, where are you now? So, I don't have. I mean, that's kind of the plot of it. It ends, one final escape. Doesn't end well, but in the end, he
It ended with him flashing that cool
well,
hand Luke smile.
yeah, and Dragline kind of said, okay, that was kind of the indication that he didn't let them win. He won in the end, even though he didn't.
Yeah.
Even though he ended up paying the ultimate price at the end. So that's kind of the premise of the movie. I have a lot of thoughts about the movie.
He also ate 50 eggs.
Right. That was one of the lines from the movie. So a classic line from the movie, nobody can eat 50 eggs. So anyway, why don't you tell me what you thought about the movie, and let's just kind of talk about it. I mean, we're not good at the whole review thing. We just talk about it.
If I'm being honest, I didn't really find the movie all that good. I mean, it had some good scenes, had some laughs, had some tears, but I couldn't get really, really engaged in the movie,
And why was that?
because well, for one, the scenes just kept on jumping around a whole lot, and and to me, it feels like I couldn't get a good storyline from start to finish of everything that was happening and everything that was relevant.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a good handle on the actual plot.
Right.
Like
right.
him, like me, as you would you agree that the main plot of the movie is Cool Hand Luke escaping all the time, right?
Well, that was what was happening in the movie. I don't know that was what the message was of the movie.
I think that's what a bunch of people remember from the movie,
Well, right. They
but
remember that, but see, movies exist in layers. You have the movie that shows you what happens in the movie, but then the deeper layer is what does that all mean, right? And this is one of those kind of movies. And I'm kind of a surface movie guy. I kind of watch the movie to enjoy the movie and don't try to dig for the deeper meaning. But I've
Same
seen this
here.
movie. I've seen this movie several times over the course of my life. I used to watch it a lot on Sunday afternoons with my dad. Back in the day when I was a kid. And so it's a movie that I love, and it's a great movie. But I actually haven't seen it in several years, and so watching it this time was a very different experience than all the other ones. I don't know if it's just I'm older, more mature, think a little bit deeper. I don't know, but it was a different experience for me, and I'll talk more about that later. But I want to go ahead and hear more about what you got to say.
That's all I really have to say. I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah. Well, the movie was a lot more sad to me than I remembered it being. And something that I had never noticed before, that I probably should have, but never noticed before, there was so much Christian symbolism in this movie. He was portrayed as like a Christ figure, right? You just missed. If you missed it, you missed Connor's uncontrollable laughing, and we had to stop for 5 minutes while he laughed. And now we're just talking about Cool Hand Luke. We've talked about the plot a little bit, so here we go again. And now we're just kind of talking about what it all means. And Connor was saying that he didn't really like the movie that much because he said it's basically a movie about a guy escaping from jail a lot.
No.
Right?
No, that's what I meant was if that was the main premise of the movie and what the movie is primarily remembered for,
Yeah.
we didn't get any of that until like the last 50 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Well,
it's 2 hours long, so basically we had over an hour's worth of filler and set dressing before we got to the actual meat of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but like I started to say, and I'm not saying you cut me off, we just kind of got sidetracked. And there you can go look. There's lots of articles about this movie that Luke was portrayed. His character was like a Christ figure in this movie. There's several things that you can look at that point to that. He kind of started to become looked upon as the savior of the other inmates. They were leaning on him for salvation, so to speak, through their experience there. They denied him, when he was beaten down. I don't know if you remember the egg eating scene. You remember at the end when he was laying on the table by himself and everybody walked away?
Yeah.
Did you notice the position that he was in?
Yeah. The whole arms
Arms
outstretched
out,
kind of
and
thing.
then his feet crossed, which is kind of the pose that Jesus was portrayed as on the cross. So there was that. When the picture was ripped up of him with the two girls, and at the end, the credits, when they showed that picture again, it was put together, the rip formed a cross. So there was a lot of stuff in there. His conversation with the old man, as he called him, in the church right there at the end, was kind of analogous to Jesus talking to God and praying to God in the Garden of Gethsemane. So these are all things that have been documented by a lot of different people, throughout this movie. And so there's a deeper meaning to this movie. And I'm not saying it's a Christian movie. I'm just saying there was a lot of symbolism in this movie that showed that Luke represented something more than just a dude trying to escape prison. And he wasn't beaten. Because even at the end, like you said, he had that grin on his face like, they didn't beat me. They may have killed me, but they didn't beat me, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so I mean, here's the talking about Paul at Newman at the height of his popularity. There's I went because I like looking at the trivia, just unknown things, and the script for Luke's character was originally given to Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon was originally given the script to play Luke, and when he read it.
Who?
Jack of Grumpy Old Men, not Walter
Okay.
Matthau, but the shorter one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. He was originally given the script to play that character, and he liked it, but he thought that Paul and his personality would do the role more justice, and so he said, "You need to get Paul Newman to do it," and then his company, he ended up producing the movie. So he didn't take the lead acting part, but his production company produced the movie. So, there was that. There was the other thing going back that Luke's prison number, and I read this somewhere that Luke's prison number had 37 written on the back. Yeah, written on the back, and it's supposed to be a reference to Luke 137, the book of Luke 137, that says, "For God, nothing shall be impossible." So there was just so many things that were tied into this that kind of gave those things. Now, it was in the 60s. It was in a very different...
Smashy? Osmosis.
It was in a very different...
Oh, no. There's ice in here. I'm trying to cool myself off. I'm really hot.
So the movie was made in the 60s, so it was a different culture back then, right? I don't think that movie could have been made with that kind of imagery and symbolism today
now
as it was back then. Okay, because that movie's a year older than me. That movie's 53 years old. So, I just thought that was interesting. It was something that I had never noticed before, or if I had, I don't remember it. And that just gave it another, especially for me, it gave me another layer of understanding and appreciation for this movie. So let's see, what were some other interesting things? That scene where they did the road tarring, where they tarred the road.
Yeah.
The actors actually did blacktop an entire mile-long stretch filming that scene. The actors actually did it. The egg scene. They had 200 hard-boiled eggs, but using camera angles and this kind of stuff, Paul Newman only ate 8. The rest of the crew ate all the other ones. And they said that the next day they could hardly film because of all the farting that was going on.
Nice.
So, and that scene where after he found out that his mom died, where he went over on his bunk by himself and played the banjo and sang that song, Plastic Jesus. Paul, they say that scene was supposed to have been filmed earlier in shooting of the movie, but Paul was adamant that he wanted to play that on the banjo. He didn't know how to play the banjo. So they had to delay that scene until the last day of filming, and Harry Dean Stanton, the guy that played the guitar and sang throughout the movie, actually taught him how to play that song on the banjo throughout the filming of the movie. And they had to wait till the very last day of filming, and it was the last scene they shot because he needed that much time to learn how to do it. So it's just, I mean, I love seeing all these quirky little trivia things, but look, it's got funny parts, it's got sad parts, it's got poignant parts. There's a reason why Cool Hand Luke is a classic movie, and I can understand why you wouldn't really appreciate it, just because of your youth, right? I mean, my initial fond memories of the movie, and one of the reasons why I love it so much, is because I watched it with my dad a lot growing up, right? So that was my initial appreciation for this movie because of that relationship with my dad. But as I got older, I started to see the deeper meanings to this movie, and the levels that they go to teach you something other than it's just a movie about this guy that keeps escaping from prison, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have put Shaking the Tree Boss up there instead. That's what I should have put up there, Shaking the Tree Boss. So,
You should put World Shaker up there.
yeah, I like Shaking the Tree Boss better. But anyway, I don't know that I have a lot more to say about the movie.
I don't either.
Look, I mean, this reviewing random movies is something that we do as part of the podcast. I don't think we're really good at reviewing movies. I think we just
talk about it.
I think we just talk about it. We don't dive in. I sit there and I listen to Mitch and Brandon on Divided by Werewolves when they review some of their movies that they do, and they're diving into directors and this and that. And I'm like, even movies that they've watched and they talk about that I've actually seen, I'm like, yeah, I didn't catch any of that you just talked about. I don't remember. I right over my head. So I just, like I said, I'm kind of a surface guy.
We're just not smart enough, Dad.
No, I don't think we are. No, we're
not woke enough.
Woke doesn't have anything to do with reviewing a movie, unless you're reviewing some social justice warrior. What, I don't even know what that meant. What did that mean?
I honestly don't know. It sounded like the real thing.
Yeah. So that didn't make sense either. Okay.
Drunkenness didn't have to mean anything. Or tipsiness doesn't have to mean a thing.
From two different age groups. This I can't do the angle right because it's the opposite over here. So he needs to work on that. Either you need to work on holding it better or not doing it as much. One or the other.
Or not doing it as fast.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do the Michael Scott line. I'm not going to do the Michael Scott line. So I'm just going to let everybody fill in the Michael Scott line.
How is that even a that's what she said thing?
I'm not going to do it as fast.
Yeah. How is that a thing? I don't get it.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have anything else to say about this movie. I just really appreciate it more after seeing it after all these years. And I'll have to go back on my regular playlist. So, because now that I've seen another layer of things, I want to watch it some more and find some other layers of it. I want to do that. But I'm just not usually good at picking up on those things because I'm pretty simple when it comes to movies. I just like to watch them because they're fun. I'll have to watch it another time to figure out why his hand was cool. I don't know.
It's because when he was gambling, he was bluffing so well, and he kept so cool under pressure. Even though his hand was nothing.
I must have missed that scene. I don't even remember that scene. I don't remember them playing cards. I know. He's Connor's better at this stuff than I am. That's anyway. So, okay, that's all I got about Cool Hand Luke. Unless you got something else, let's just move on, man. Let's pick our other movie. Say our goodbyes. You can go crash apparently, and I'm gonna play Xbox with the other guys and get me another one of these. So I'm breaking out the good stuff after this. So, anyway, So, anything else you want to
Getting
say?
up, boss.
What was that?
Getting up, boss.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny that they had to say that to everything that they did. You know, taking their shirt off, boss. You know, I mean, they had to tell the boss.
Smoking up, boss.
Yeah. So, and you know, and then that's
Taking
what
a
it was
drink,
like on
boss.
the old chain gangs. That you know, they were kind of locked down pretty hard.
I mean, it's weird. The chain gangs and their facilities and everything. Yes, yes, it was outside, and yes, they worked hard. But at the same time, it seems like they had a lot better conditions and a lot better interactions than regular. Than modern prison.
how many
you know?
modern prisons have you been in?
I only have Orange is the New Black as a reference point.
There you go. Now, even in Orange is the New Black, and saying I worked in jails before, even in Orange is the New Black, they basically had cells with 2 people in them, 4 at the most, not a barracks of 30 or 40 guys, right?
Yeah.
They had TVs. They usually had their private bathroom. You know, they had different things. So, nice try, but modern prisons are a little bit more comfortable than what they had. You know,
Well, I mean,
especially in
You
the
know,
South.
they
I mean,
got-
they had no windows. Is basically if it was 80 to 90 degrees outside at night, then they just laid in their own sweat for 8 hours while they slept. Right.
I guess.
So, anyway, we need to get it. We'll get us another movie next week that's going to be a little bit more exciting. I
Hopefully.
loved it. I think the older. Are you snapping yourself with the rubber worm again?
No.
Okay. So, I think that me and the folks in the chat that are older can appreciate this movie more than you can right now, and I get that. But you should put it on your list to watch again down the road. You know.
Okay.
I'll be interested to have a conversation with you about this movie again in about 10 years and see. So do we want to roll for our next movie and see what's up there? All right. Yeah, because you're not really very participatory this evening, so we need to move on. Maybe you need to pace yourself better next time. All right, so we're gonna roll. We're gonna see, and I'll just like rolling my dice. So I'm gonna roll all of them. Oh, and I just dropped my. Oh crap!
Did you just drop your metal dice?
I dropped my 4-sided dice, which will be the hardest one to find.
Oh my god.
Great. So okay, we're gonna see what
Hopefully it'll be Demolition Man because because apparently it's something I gotta see.
I rolled a 17, so that's gonna be Netflix.
Netflix.
If Demolition Man is on one of the streaming services, then we'll just make a not random choice. All right, and then I rolled a 1, so that's the action category, and then 45. So I'm going to
45,
go
hey.
and I'm going to find
We're
the
going
45th movie in the action category on Netflix, and that's what we're going to watch next. So y'all just hang tight. Well, this doesn't stop you from dancing and losing your hat.
What?
It says at least that doesn't stop you from dancing and losing your hat. Okay, so the 45th movie in the action category is Braven. It stars
Braven.
Jason Momoa. Let me pull it up on IMDb.
Who's
And
Jason
see.
Momoa?
Aquaman. All right,
Who?
so the movie Aquaman.
Oh, that dude.
That
yeah.
dude, yeah.
The guy that wanted to pee in the desert.
I don't know. Anyway, so the only tagline I got from this movie is a logger defends his family from a group of dangerous drug runners. Sounds like a pretty rubber stamp type of action movie. So, and the average score review score is 5.9 out of 10. So, now I will
What's
say
a clip, Mitch?
that
What's a clip?
it stars Jason Momoa. It stars Garrett Dillahunt, and you you don't recognize the name, but you'll recognize his face. I like that guy. Also stars Stephen Lang. Really like that guy. You've seen
Ant-Man is in this thing?
Huh?
Yeah, Ant-Man is in this thing? Stephen Lang?
No. His name is Stephen Lang. This guy's name is Stephen Lang. It's not a character. That's the guy's actual name. Did you see Avatar?
Yes.
Do you remember the old crusty Marine with a scar on his face that was the bad guy?
Yeah.
That's Stephen Lang.
That
Guy. I like him a lot. He was also he was also the
close up Magic Ant-Man.
He was also the old detective in that.
Oh yeah, that's
movie,
that's gonna be a good clip.
That movie about the serial killer, the guy that was a serial killer and his wife. You know, A Good Marriage. You remember when we did that one? He was the old detective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't he also...
I want to go find it. I'm going to clip that. That'll be our clip for the week. Aquaman, the guy that wanted to pee in the desert. Should be the title of the show, Peeing in the Desert.
Wasn't I'm sorry, not Aquaman. Jeez Louise. Wasn't Stephen Lang also the guy who was in a movie where he kidnapped a bunch of girls and tried to have babies with them?
Don't know. I'm gonna pull it.
Kept in a basement type thing.
What movies has he been in? He's been
tried to inseminate them or something.
Inseminate? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know the movie you're talking about.
Like a turkey baster.
Oh,
Mitch.
but he's in a movie. He's in a movie that I know that Brandon and
Don't breathe. That's it.
Okay. He was also in a movie called VFW that I think Brandon and Mitch talked about on one of the recent episodes, I believe. And so I might have to check that one out because they seem to like that one.
Yes, he was freaking scary as heck in that one.
I haven't seen that one. So of course that falls more in line with a movie that Mitch would have seen and not me. But anyway.
What's that horror movie Keanu Reeves was in? And
the one recently with the two girls?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, it's on Netflix, I think. I can't remember the name of it.
I've seen clips of it, and it's just freaking. It's bizarre and no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Creeps
I mean,
me
I know
out.
the one you're talking about. I just can't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Mitch,
okay. So we're gonna watch Braven next time.
Knock knock. That's it.
So we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch a
I
cardboard.
love you, dude. You're awesome.
Yeah, I know. He knows. See. If you have a comic question, you ask Mitch. If you have a horror movie question, you ask Mitch. Really, if you have a movie question, you ask Mitch. I mean, you know, he should get a consultant's fee if we made money.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch a cardboard cutout action flick next time, Braven.
Okay,
that's what we're gonna watch. We need to get some comedies in here, man, or something. We need to get something really nerdy in here. We haven't had anything really nerdy
we need to get some
lately.
laughs in here.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I know that's all you got. I don't think you have much. I don't think you have any more cohesive wordings left. So yes, like Demolition Man, I'm gonna look if Demolition Man is on Hulu or Amazon or Netflix. That's what we're gonna do the next episode. We'll definitely do that one, and we're just gonna I'm gonna make a unilateral decision, producer's choice, and we're gonna go from there. So I don't have anything else. I'm ready to go.
I should get one too.
Huh? Well, okay, you can have one too.
Good.
But not next time. So we're going to go. He's going to go get some aspirin and some water or coffee or something. And
I don't drink coffee.
I want to go get on the Xbox.
Stuff.
What's that?
If that stuff stunts your growth.
I don't think you have to worry about that, dude. Okay, we're moving on, people. Connor's now just mumbling.
I mean,
he's giggling and so anyway. Hey, Mitch, are you gonna be on later? You gonna play with us later? We need to play some Titanfall or something. So. Anyway, so we're gonna go. He's gonna. All right, excellent. So I'm going to put Connor out of his misery and get us off this stream. And y'all have a good one. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here, and we'll see you guys next Friday at 8 o'clock, same time, here on the Gene Pool Variety Hour. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us and chatting with us. And always remember,
stay nerdy, my friends. And drink responsibly.
woo, that was difficult there, man. Bye, Smashy. We'll see you later.
Oh my gosh.
Now I gotta crawl under my table and find my dragon dice that I lost. Just go ahead, man. Just keep laughing. Keep it up, buddy. Come on, all the way through the music. Let's go. Let's see if you can do it. Come on. Bye, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.